You're sitting in your manager's office and she just told you the news you've been waiting for all year. 10% raise. Your heart does a little jump. You walk out of that building feeling like you finally made it. And the first thing you do is start calculating what this means for your life. Maybe you can finally upgrade that apartment. Maybe you can get a car that doesn't sound like it's begging for mercy every time you start it. Maybe you can stop feeling anxious every time your friends suggest dinner at a place that doesn't have a dollar menu. But here's what actually happens over the next 6 months. Your bank account looks exactly the same, sometimes worse, and you have no idea where the extra money went. There's a specific financial phenomenon that turns every raise, every bonus, every bit of extra income into absolutely nothing. And it's so subtle, so automatic, that you won't even notice it's happening until you look at your bank account 2 years later and realize you're making 30% more than you used to, but somehow feeling broker than ever. I'm an accountant who's analyzed thousands of personal financial statements, and I can tell you right now, the problem isn't your salary. It's what happens the moment your salary increases. Here I share financial tips rooted in real financial psychology that anyone can implement today. And if you've ever gotten a raise and thought, where did all that money go? And you want to actually keep the next one, make sure to subscribe and smash that like button, because what I'm about to show you will change how you think about income forever. Now, before we dive into why raises disappear, let me paint you a picture of what we're actually dealing with. You get that notification, your paycheck just hit. You open your banking app and yeah, it's bigger than last month, about $350 more after taxes. And in that moment, something shifts in your brain. You're scrolling through your phone later that week and you see an ad for those wireless earbuds you've been wanting, $200. And your brain does this instant calculation. I make more money now. I can afford this. Click, purchased. You're at the grocery store and instead of the store brand pasta sauce, you grab the fancy organic one. It's only $3 more. You make more money now. You deserve it. Your lease is up for renewal and you're looking at apartments. There's one that's $400 more per month, but it has that second bedroom you could use as an office. You make more money now. You can swing it. And just like that, without making a single dramatic purchase, without buying anything truly ridiculous, that entire raise has evaporated into 100 tiny upgrades that feel completely reasonable in the moment. Here's what actually happens, and this is backed by research from the Journal of Economic Psychology. When people receive a raise, 76% of them increase their spending within the first 3 months. Not on one big thing, on everything. A slightly nicer lunch here, a subscription service there, an Uber instead of the bus, better wine, better coffee, a gym membership at the place with the sauna instead of the one with the broken treadmills. Each individual decision feels minor, but here's the thing about minor expenses. They compound just as effectively as savings, except in reverse. Let me show you exactly how this works. You get a $5,000 annual raise. After taxes, that's about $300 extra per month. Now watch what happens. You upgrade your apartment by $150 a month because you've been living with a roommate and you're 32 and you just want your own bathroom. You add a car payment because your old car died and you need reliable transportation. And the dealer showed you that you can afford $250 a month. Wait, we're already $400 over budget, and we've only made 2 decisions, both of which felt completely justified. But here's where it gets really interesting. There's a term for this in behavioral economics. It's called lifestyle inflation. But that phrase doesn't capture what's actually happening in your brain. What's really occurring is hedonic adaptation, turbocharged by income signaling, which is just a fancy way of saying your brain redefines normal the second it knows you have more resources, and it does it so fast you don't even notice. Think about it like this. You know how when you walk into a room that smells bad, after about 5 minutes you stop noticing the smell? Your brain adapts. The same thing happens with your lifestyle, except it works in reverse. When your income goes up, your brain immediately recalibrates what feels like the baseline of normal life. That $4 latte that used to feel like a luxury, after 3 months of earning more, it feels like a basic right. The $80 dinner that used to be a special occasion, now it's just Thursday. The problem is, this recalibration is automatic, unconscious, and instant. But your financial discipline, that takes conscious effort. So you're fighting your own neural wiring every single day. And this is something that will probably surprise you. The data shows that people making $150,000 per year are only marginally more likely to have significant savings than people making $75,000. How is that possible? Because for every additional dollar earned, the average person increases their spending by approximately 90 cents. They save the other 10 cents, sure, but 90% of every raise, every bonus, every unexpected windfall gets absorbed into an upgraded lifestyle before you even realize it's happening. I've seen this exact pattern in client files hundreds of times. Someone comes to me making $65,000 with $2,000 in savings. 3 years later, they're making $95,000. You'd think they'd have $25,000 saved, right? They have $3,400. Where did the other $90,000 go? Better apartment, better car, better vacations, better restaurants, better everything except better financial security. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but what's wrong with spending money I actually earned? Isn't that the point of making more money? And honestly, that's the exact question I asked myself when I got my first big raise as an accountant. I went from $52,000 to $71,000 in one jump, and within 6 months, I'd upgraded my car, moved to a nicer apartment, and started eating out 4 times a week instead of meal prepping. I felt like I'd made it. But here's the thing I didn't realize until much later. I hadn't made it. I just made myself more expensive to maintain. Here's what most people completely miss about raises. A raise isn't just more money, it's a test. It's your financial system getting stress tested in real time. And if you don't have systems in place before the raise hits, you will fail that test every single time. Because here's the brutal truth, and I need you to hear this. The lifestyle you build on your current income is the lifestyle you're stuck with until you make a conscious decision to change it. Every upgrade you make today is a commitment you're making to your future self. That $400 more expensive apartment, you're not just committing to paying it this month, you're committing to earning enough to pay it every month for the foreseeable future. That car payment, that's 60 months of commitment. That subscription service, that's a commitment that auto-renews until you die or remember to cancel it. You're essentially building a more expensive version of your life, and now you need your income to keep up with it. And here's the kicker, it traps you. Let me show you what I mean. Imagine 2 people. Both get the same $10,000 raise. Person A immediately upgrades their life. Better apartment, nicer car, more expensive habits. Their expenses go up by $700 a month. Person B keeps their lifestyle exactly the same and saves the extra $700 a month. Let's check in on both of them 2 years later. Person A has lived in a nicer place and driven a nicer car. They've eaten better meals and taken better vacations, but their bank account has barely moved. If they lose their job, they're in immediate crisis because their higher expenses mean they need to replace their income quickly. They can't take a pay cut. They can't take a risk on a different career. They can't negotiate hard because they need the money. Person B, on the other hand, has $16,800 saved. They could lose their job and have nearly 6 months of breathing room. They could negotiate harder. They could take a calculated risk on a startup or a career change. They could walk away from a toxic work environment without having a panic attack about rent. Same raise, completely different lives. And the only difference is what they did in the 3 months after the money hit their account. This is where most people mess this up, and I see it constantly. They treat a raise like a permission slip to finally live the life they've been putting off. But a raise isn't a permission slip. It's an opportunity to build what financial psychologists call walking away money. And walking away money changes everything about how you show up in the world. When you have 6 months of expenses saved, you don't flinch when your boss makes an unreasonable demand. You don't stay in a toxic relationship because you can't afford your own place. You don't take the first job offer you get because you're desperate. You become the type of person who has options, and people with options live completely different lives than people without them, even if they make the same salary. But here's the part that will blow your mind. The psychological benefit of having money saved is worth more than the financial benefit of spending it. Researchers at Princeton found that financial stress reduces cognitive capacity by 13 IQ points. 13 points. That's the difference between average and gifted, which means when you're broke, you're not just financially stressed, you're literally stupider. Your brain is so busy running disaster scenarios and calculating whether you can afford gas until Friday that it can't focus on anything else. You make worse decisions. You miss opportunities. You say yes to things you should say no to because you can't afford to lose the income. But when you have money saved, your brain relaxes. You see opportunities you were blind to before. You negotiate better. You think clearer. You become more competent at your job, which leads to more raises, which leads to more savings. It's a compound effect, except instead of compound interest on money, it's compound confidence on your entire life. And this is where most people completely mess this up. They get the raise, they feel relief, and they think, finally, I can breathe. So they use that breathing room to upgrade their life instead of building a foundation under it. But here's the thing. Breathing room isn't something you spend. It's something you protect. It's something you expand. Every raise should make your life more secure, not more expensive. Every bonus should increase your options, not your obligations. Every bit of extra income should buy you freedom, not a nicer cage. So here's what you actually do. And this is the part where I'm going to give you a system that sounds almost too simple to work, but I promise you it does. The next time you get a raise, pretend you didn't get it. For 3 months, don't change a single thing about your lifestyle. Not one subscription, not one upgraded anything. Just let that money hit your account and go straight into savings. Watch it pile up. Feel what it's like to see your balance grow by $300, $600, $900 over 3 months. Let your nervous system adjust to having money in the bank instead of adjusting to a more expensive lifestyle. And then, after 3 months, you can decide what to do with it. Maybe you take 50% of the raise and upgrade your life a little. Maybe you take 30%. But you've already locked in the other 70% as your new baseline savings rate. You've built the foundation first. You've created breathing room that actually expands instead of spending it the second you get it. Because here's what nobody tells you about raises. The purpose of making more money isn't to buy more stuff. It's to buy more choices, more security, more confidence, more freedom. The car doesn't give you freedom. The savings account does. The nicer apartment doesn't give you confidence. The ability to walk away from a bad situation does. Every dollar you save is a small piece of your future self's autonomy that you're purchasing today. And your future self is counting on the decision you make right now. They're either going to thank you for building a foundation, or they're going to resent you for trapping them in an expensive lifestyle they can't escape from. So the next time you get that raise, remember this. The money isn't the prize. The choice of what to do with it is the prize. Don't let your brain's instant recalibration trick you into thinking you need to spend it to enjoy it. The most enjoyable thing money can buy isn't stuff. It's the feeling of not being desperate. And that feeling is worth more than every upgraded lifestyle choice combined. Build your foundation first, and the life you actually want will build itself on top of it.